Okay, friends, the time has come for me to pull the final Burra Cowl Cal winner of the year. The Burra Cowl Cal 2023 is now complete and my camera is like falling. I'm gonna start over. Happy New Year, fiber fans, friends and followers. I'm Beth, also known as PandemicKnittr, here on YouTube, as well as Instagram and Ravelry. And my information will be up here. And today I will be talking to you about all of the yarny things that I have gotten into this last couple of weeks. And I am also doing some organization stuff, so I'll be chatting about that a little bit, as well as I have already done the drawing, and in fact, I might as well just insert the clip right here. I have done the drawing for the final Burra Cowl Cal, and I am going to go ahead and insert that clip in here so that the winner can be notified and on their merry way. And after this clip, I will show you what your possibilities of winnings are that you can choose from. So, on to that clip. Okay, friends, the time has come. It is the final drawing for the Burra Cowl Cal for 2023. I have been drawing names quarterly for winners for this, and I am about to do the final drawing, and there are some beautiful cowls out there that people have knit, and I encourage you to look at the hashtag for all of that, the hashtag BurraCal 2023, as well as, or it may be just hashtag Burra 2023, I don't remember. I know mine was hashtag PK BurraCal 2023, which was way too long. Didn't need that much information. But I have the names in Austin's hat. These are the last few that were still left in the drawing, and some are new entries even from just this quarter. But these are all the names, and I have now pulled one out. And as far as what you will win, I'll be showing that on another portion of the video, which is probably right before or after this. But it is from Instagram, Kansas Clicker Knits. Congratulations! I will be contacting you. I'm going to go ahead and reach out on Instagram to let you know that you're a winner. And congratulations to you. Thank you for entering. And thank you to all of you throughout the year who have submitted your entries and who have been watching me, even if it was just for this knit along. I appreciate every one of you for being along for the ride, and maybe one of these days I'll actually cast it on myself. So again, thank you and congratulations. So the prize for the Burra Cowl Cal is 2 skeins of yarn. So you have your choice. These hand-dyed yarns were dyed by my husband, and he was experimenting for a period of time with hand dyeing yarn, and we had talked about the possibility of doing a little extra money making thing with it, but never quite got around to it, so it just kind of fizzled. But these are some options. This yellow colorway I have 2 of. This green colorway I have 2 of. This blue colorway I have 2 of. This blue and purple, it's unique, individual, no more. This blue and green, green and blue, I guess you would say, because there's more green than blue. I only have one of that. This red, white, and blue, super festive. Only one of that. So, wait, do I have another one of that? It is red and white. So I have 2 of this red and white colorway too. I didn't see that at the bottom of the box, but so those are your choices. Mix and match. Tell me what you want. I will go ahead and send that on out to you. Burra check. And congratulations to the winner. Now, as far as organizing that I talked about, I'm overwhelmed. I'm overwhelmed with my WIPs. I've been talking about that with some of my friends that I knit with on a regular basis, and I sense that a lot of us are feeling the same way, that we have all these things that we had planned to do and thought maybe we were going to do eventually and never quite finished whatever it was, whether that's because we got hung up on something or whether it's just something new and shiny came along and we forgot about the old thing, whatever the case may be. This week, in preparation for doing the podcast and just in preparation for my knitting for the whole year with my WIP Overwhelm, I went on Ravelry and started just making sure that I had everything in there that I'm working on, as well as making sure I'm putting the exact yarns in, making sure that I've got the needle size that I'm using. Things like that are helpful when you are putting a WIP away for a while, because sometimes you forget what needle you were using, that you were getting gauge with. Because I don't know about you guys, but I frequently change the needle size because I'm not getting gauge with the needle size that is recommended in the pattern. So I make sure to put that needle size on my project page, because otherwise I take the needle out because I needed it for the new and shiny thing and then forget what needle I was using. Anyway, all this to say, as I was getting ready for today, I already had my my notes written up, and I was like, okay, here are like the 3 WIPs I'm working on, and I'll just quickly whip through those 3 WIPs, and then I'll move on to all of my old WIPs. So as I'm going through my Ravelry project page, I discover I am currently working on more than 3 WIPs. I am currently working on, let me look. I've got my notes in front of me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 WIPs that I have been working on since my last episode. And because I am not constantly thinking about them all, I'm not realizing how many WIPs I am working on pretty much all at the same time. So if you're anything like me, using your Ravelry page can be very helpful. I've also tried to kind of put it on a spreadsheet to sort of plan things out, but I feel like the visual of Ravelry and having like the picture of the project and seeing it all on that one page, like in a grid, it's really helpful to me. So that's just my personal preference. But let's talk about my 7 current WIPs. That's where we're going to start today. I will then move on to new to me. And finally, I will go through my old WIPs. If it starts to feel like I am taking up too much time recording all of this, I will go ahead and split the old WIPs into a second video, because that might not be something people are here for. I don't know. Anyhow, my current WIPs. This one I don't think got a whole lot of attention because once Christmas came and went, I was pretty much over this WIP. This is Hinterland, and it is a pattern by Jennifer Steingass, and it is a beautiful color work yoke design, and hers I think is much prettier than mine because it is more classy, and I shouldn't say that. I feel like the colors she chose were more not so kitschy. That's what this is. I feel like this is kitschy, Christmassy, and that's what I wanted. When I want to wear a Christmas sweater, usually I'm looking for, hello, it's Christmas, not just, this just kind of hints at Christmas, and I, am being classy. I'm just not a classy gal. That's just, let's call a spade here, guys. Anyhow, I have added a rolled collar to this. Hers is more of a boat neck, and I hope that ends up working out well when I complete the yoke and need to join for sleeves, because this could end up being a train wreck. But this has gone to the side, and I will probably not touch it again until closer to next Christmas. So hopefully this is something I'll be wearing by next Christmas, but no promises there, because as we all know, new and shiny comes along. And even though it's gorgeous and fun and cute and lives in a beautiful Christmassy bag, it may go by the wayside. The yarns are listed below. It is a Long Dog yarn and a Holly Press Fibers yarn. Colorways are listed below if you are interested. I can't promise those yarn dyers are still making the same colorways. Next WIP I have for you. This one, I'm pretty pleased with the progress I'm making. So this is the second color. The pockets and the tassels on this will be made in this colorway. I am making this for a friend. This never came across my radar individually. It is the perfect, let me look. Oh, I've now scrolled down, so I'm not there. Perfect Pockets Shawl by Sonja Hood, who is also known as Knot Yourself Out Crochet Patterns. Not as in like tie a knot, K-N-O-T. So this, what have I done? I'm just going to take the hook out and let stitches fall if they must. So I have completed the lacy section, and I am on to the solid section at the bottom. So see how there's these are half double crochets at the top, and then we've got this whole lacy section, and then at the bottom there will be more half double crochets. So this is a super long scarf, and it will have pockets on the sides, and you will see that, I'm sure, up here on your screen. So this is how it will sit on the recipient. As I started to say, this never came across my radar. It was a friend of mine. And I told her, if you want this, buy the yarn, buy the pattern, and I'll make it for you. So all Lion brand Heartland yarn, and the colorways are listed below. But I'm really liking how this is turning out. For a while, I was a little bit worried about, see how this kind of is not exactly straight, because I felt like I maybe was increasing and decreasing, not exactly sure about how I was getting the numbers correctly across. But I think once I put the tassels on, because the tassels go on the end, I think once those go on, it'll be fine. I don't think you'll even notice that there's a little bit of a divot here. Plus, holding it up and down, it's not as noticeable as it is, like, because I was holding it like this and it really looks like it dips. Well, of course it does, because fabric dips when you hold it across. Even like when I hold it like this, oh my gosh, nothing's wrong. Nothing's wrong. Everything is fine. So that is the Perfect Pockets shawl. That was WIP number 2 that I have been regularly working on. WIP number 3 is the Solomon Poncho by Wise Owl Knits. And this is a knit along that started on December 26th. So I have not shown this other than on Instagram and in the Telegram group that we're doing. But so this is my progress so far. Look at all of these cables, you guys. This is so much fun. I just love doing this. Now, because it takes focus, I don't give this a whole lot of attention every day. Generally speaking, I try to do like 2 rows a day just to keep it going. But it takes me, I would say, probably like a half hour a row, which that Perfect Pockets shawl, that takes me about a half hour a row too. So I think that the difference is I can do the Perfect Pockets shawl without looking at it. Without thinking about it, but because it's so much longer, it takes that much more time. But with this one, I really got to focus. Back is pretty easy, but when you're doing the front side, that's one to focus on. So this is being knit out of Cascade Eco DK in the dark chocolate colorway. And this is going to be a cozy wear. I can see me choosing to wear this just to sit and knit at home on cold days. And I'll definitely wear this out. This will be worn in public. The cables need to be worn in public, you guys. All right. So what number WIP was that? Was that 3? I think that was WIP number 3. Okay. WIP number 4, also getting fairly regular attention, is my Fruit Stripe Gum Socks. And this is a pattern by Leah Oakley. Isn't that cute? How those, it really looks like those little wristbands you used to make out of the little gum wrappers. At least we made them into wristbands when I was a kid. Because if you went any longer than that, it didn't lay nicely as a necklace or anything. But as a wristband, it worked very well. So these are coming out really well. I did this same pattern. Wait, did I say the designer of it? Leah Oakley. Yes. Anyhow, this is the yarn. I love this colorway. I don't know if she's still dyeing this, but this is Nomadic Yarns Twisty Sock, and the colorway is, I don't know if it's Ami or Amy, but in parentheses it says Sailor Mercury. So these colors, oh my gosh, these, if anything exemplifies my colors, it's these socks. And a coworker admired the colors too. And I, for a brief period, I was thinking, maybe I can give her these. And then I thought, no, I love these. I love these so much. I'm not giving these away. These are mine. These are mine. And you guys, while I was at Knit Night last week, I went on Instagram, and the first post that popped up was, I wish I could remember who it was. I'd give them credit if I could remember, but just immediately I was like, I need those. It was a clear pair of boots, and I immediately clicked the link in her bio and went and bought myself a pair of those boots. So those should be here by my next episode for you all to see. Colleen, Selfish Knitter, has a pair of clear, what do you call them? Crocs. And I always thought those were cool too. But I was working on those socks when I saw these clear boots, and I was like, I need those boots to go with these socks. Because I feel like I wear boots. I've never owned a pair of Crocs, and I've heard from everybody that they're so comfortable and, you know, they're so wonderful, but I've never worn any. I've never owned any. So I was kind of on the fence about that. And then I saw these boots. She said they were on sale on Amazon. I'll link them below in case anyone's interested. But that's that with the socks. I am actually following that one to pattern. I did do a previous pair. Started with the fruit stripe gum socks pattern, but kind of went my own way. And now I am following. Oh, and with that being said, I want to point out this heel. I'm not sure, but I think this is an Eye of Partridge heel where you slip every other stitch. And you alternate which stitch is being slipped on every other row. So something like that. If you're interested in the heel pattern, check out the fruit stripe gum socks. Next WIP. Okay, so with this next WIP, I had a coworker who I didn't knit anything for because I kind of got into that whole, it was a indecision loop. And I was trying to decide, okay, what do I make for her? How do I do this? It's the last minute. I'm still, you know, and I was still sort of in that indecision of, do I give people knits? Do I not give people knits? What do I do? So I ended up with one coworker in the classrooms I work in that I gave nothing to as far as a knit. And it wasn't because I didn't want to give her anything. It was because I ran out of time. Indecision stopped me. And so I started making a spa day face cloth, which I think I may have talked about on my last episode. I'm not entirely sure, maybe the one before, because I made a spa day face cloth for another coworker who gave me a gift unexpectedly, and I just kind of whipped it up in a couple of days. But so here is my second one. And so this is, I really love the texture of this. And I know there's a lot of dishcloth patterns out there and everything. I made this out of cotton. I'm not really loving the feel of it. And that's kind of why I stopped. This is Nurture. And it is by Euro Yarns, EURO. And when I looked it up on Ravelry, it came up as Euro Baby Nurture. What I don't like about how this knits is, let me see if I can show this nice and close up. It is bumpy, and I cannot tell if that's focusing or not. But it is like there's a twist to it that is super bumpy. And when you knit with it, it's almost like the little bumps of it get stuck on the bump of the stitch that you're knitting. And so it's hard to pull it through. You're kind of like feeling those bumps as you knit it. It's kind of going through the loop. And so I feel like I would get a better gauge with this, a tighter gauge, if it didn't have those bumps. And I also feel like you can kind of feel it in the cloth itself. So I don't know. My thinking is that I will probably finish this at some point. I mean, it's almost finished. But then I'll use it for myself to see if I like the feel of it. So that's this. And I don't know how soon that'll get done. I'm not extremely enthused to work on it, but at the same time, it'll be quick to finish. And I think that's part of why I just kept going with it. So that coworker who I wanted to knit for, I wanted to have something done by the time I get back from winter break so I can give this to her. So what I cast on is Tin Can Knits World's Simplest Mittens. Mittens. I wrote it down. I have it on here. Oh, and the Spa Day face cloth pattern, the designer of that is Mancine. Okay, World's Simplest Mittens by Tin Can Knits. So I've got a lot of ends to weave in here. I have not finished them yet. I decided to go with color blocking on these because I didn't have enough of one color to do the mittens. And the thumbs will be gray. So I thought it would be fun to have a little bit of each color, kind of like with socks where you do toes, cuffs, and heels. And so this is toes, cuffs, and heels. Our cuffs, fingertips, and thumbs. So this is the leftover yarn from my Letho sweater. So on the last 2 episodes, you will have seen that. And I really didn't modify this pattern much except to do, instead of cinching it together at the end, I did a Kitchener because I wanted a less pointy mitten. And I'm still not sure I love that. I would rather have a more curved end, but we'll see. That may or may not be how it goes to the recipient. And I may or may not end up showing these on my next video because it hopefully will have gone to the recipient by then. So that is all of my current works in progress. Next, I am going on to what I have that's new to me. So I've got a lot of new to me things because I have been, well, because it was the holidays. That's why. Mostly because it was the holidays. And I think a lot of people had sort of some end of year clearance stuff. So there's that too. But let me talk about gifts first. My knit group, Each of us exchanged things and we had some fun things. I am going to show mostly the crafting and knit related things to you. So first I'm going to start with Chris, what she gave me. And she made this adorable little mug rug. Is that not cute? I have no understanding of quilting at all. But this is just super cute, and what a great thing to just put my mug on. And of course, the mug to go with it. Now, the glare might be hiding some of it. You can see the knit mock cables and garter stitch type stuff on the mug, and it's so cute. This is awesome. This is the perfect knitter's gift. Now, another perfect knitter's gift came from Terry. Now, Terry also gave me a mug, but it's not knitting related, so I did not bring that up here. But Patton's Croy sock, and hello, are these my colors or what, you guys? I love it. She knows me. She knows my colors. And this is perfect. And I cannot wait to knit these socks. The colorway is called Blue Raspberry. And I'm all about the blue raspberry, you guys. You know, it's interesting. I'm gonna hold this aside because I want to show you something else later, but I want to show also the other knitting related gift that I got from my other knit night friend Julie, and it is this cute little ornament. Is this not adorable? I mean, I did not know such things existed in the world. And this is a glass ornament, and it says, "Happiness is handmade." Isn't that just the cutest? I've never seen one of these before with the little knitting needles. See those cute little knitting needles? Sticking right out of there. I love it. So that has not yet gone on my tree. That will go on next year's Christmas tree. It's time to get rid of Christmas. Things are slowly but surely getting put away. I've sort of stacked things up, getting them ready to go to the basement. And my next new to me thing. Okay, my camera just stopped recording. I don't know why. But I was actually talking. I wasn't paying attention to the camera looking like it stopped, so I didn't see that it didn't show that I got this lovely new to me thing. This showed up on the Shopify app. Actually, I shouldn't say that. The Shopify said, hey, there's some new things by some people that you follow on Shopify, so you should check them out. And so I checked out Holly Press Fibers, and she had this beautiful colorway. It is a sock set with the name of Borage. I don't know what that means, but it's beautiful and lovely, and I love it. But I was saying to my knit night friends, I've been looking at this all day long. It keeps popping up like, hey, you sure you don't want to buy this? And so finally, after knit night, when I got home, I saw it again on my screen, and I went ahead and I ordered it. And these are so my colors. And what I wanted to show you is, similar? I think so. Yes. So the purples and the blues, the purples and the blues. Yep. That's me. So this goes to show Terry knows me well. She knows my colors. And I can't wait to get both of them on my needles. So, I didn't realize that this hadn't recorded before. So the next part you're going to see is where I realized that it stopped recording and I started recording the next portion. My video seemed to just stop spontaneously. So I hope that you saw all of the yarny goodness that I just went through. I'm a little concerned because I was kind of waxing poetic about the beauty of some yarns that I just got, and I hope that you got to see all of that, but I will go back and see. Who knows? So another thing that I had gotten was at the end of the year, I believe it was, Lynn of Chicken Lady Fiber Arts had a sale, and people who were on her mailing list, her email list, got early access to it, as well as people in her Telegram group. So if you're a fan of Chicken Lady Fiber Arts, I highly recommend that you go on to her Telegram group and be part of the conversation, because sometimes she gives us early access to things. So I grabbed, now these are from different dye lots, so you can tell that they're a little bit different. This colorway is called Blue Spruce, and yeah, you can definitely see the different dye lots there. I feel like this is the one that's different, but I don't know what they want to be, but they will let me know as time goes on. And then I also bought this. This is, I think these are all DK. This is called Purpley Blue. Oh, DK Sparkle. I forgot about that. I think I knew that at the time. And this is DK Sock. So these I'm hoping will become a lovely project together. I don't know what, but I feel like it's a match made in heaven. My husband, for Christmas, went onto the Woolly Thistle website and found this that they had a kit for. So Raven is a pullover design by Marie Wallen, and my husband picked out, I don't know if they had different kits. I haven't looked at their website, but the main colorway is this gray. And then it has, and this yarn is, wait, none of these have yarn bands on them, but these little ones all do. It is from the Gray Sheep Company, and it is their Hampshire 4-ply. So let me see if I can find composition. I'm sure it's 100% wool. 98% virgin wool, 2% alpaca. So that it's you can feel it's a pretty toothy yarn, like a very grippy kind of thing, but it also has a softness to it that is really, really good. I don't know that colorways are listed on all of these, but so here are all of the contrast colors together in a group. I love how this greenish one kind of stands out. Just the contrast of all of these together is going to be amazing against the gray main colorway. So can't wait to knit this up. I am so excited to get started on this. And you know, the only reason that I haven't is because I have so much going, and it's so interesting to me. Speaking of all of the overwhelm of the yarn that I have and the WIPs that I have, this was something that we were talking about at Knit Night this week, and that I think we're all kind of feeling it. And I think that's because I think it has a lot to do with the lockdowns. I think that we were cooped up for a long time with a lot that we could just, you know, you could just knit and knit and knit and knit. And I think that with that happening, a lot of us just kind of got used to, we have time to knit. And then when the world opened up again, not only was there less knitting time, but there was more availability to go places and get things. So when you go to, say, YarnCon, for instance, you're exposed to all these different things and you have all these options to buy. But with the ability to move about the world again, we're not having as much time that we're sitting in one place and knitting. And I think that's where the overwhelm comes from, is that, you know, we were cooped up in knitting, and now you kind of have this concept of, oh, I have a lot of time to knit. And then when you're set free again, you're realizing, I don't have the time to knit that I thought I had. So I don't know, maybe that's just me. Oh, and I wanted to also say, in that kit, there was a nice bag to keep all my yarns in. So I just forgot because that was sitting next to it. So that is all of my new to me. Whew. That seems really long, you guys. Okay, so with that being said, I am going to go ahead and wrap up this episode. And in my next episode, I am going to go over all of my WIPs that I have. So I apologize that I have not done comments lately. If something pops up that I feel like really needs attention, I will definitely go back to comments and talking about them. I honestly, usually what I do is, in preparation for recording, I go through all the comments and I kind of get an idea of like how I'm going to group them together or something. Or, you know, in the past few episodes, I have read every single comment. But I'm starting to feel like I will likely come back to reading comments in the future at some point in time. So please remember to comment. Please keep commenting. It really helps my channel. I'm working on being more organized and being able to show more of my things, because I think I may have been showing fewer things because I was only showing what I could remember at the moment. And like I said, I thought I had 3 WIPs to talk about today. And as it turns out, there were 7 active WIPs. So I missed more than half of them because I was not organized enough to put them on. So with that being said, please remember to like, subscribe, survive and thrive. And thank you so much for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you. I hope you're having as great of a new year as I am, and I will see you on the next one. Thank you.